Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season!
I have two more observations to close out the year for you.
Oh, God.
All right.
Oh,
the first one. Gonorrhea would have been a really good name for diarrhea medicine, don't you think? It's a missed opportunity. It's a missed.
It is. It is. Yeah.
All right. Last week I had a joke about my boss. So I had another observation when it comes to, that joke. If y'all want to hear that joke, perfect time to go back and listen to last week's episode. So my observation this week, if Richard takes a selfie, shouldn't that be called say it with me now. Say it with me now.
A dick pic.
Just two observations. Like I think I think that's a great way to leave this year.
Ryan and his observations.
Two for the noggin.
A dick pic.
Yeah.
Apropos of absolutely nothing, and I am not a parent, and this is very random. I saw a clip today of that cartoon Caillou, and I know your kids are a little older.
It's been a while.
But I want to say that whoever created Caillou needs their ass whooped, because that little boy is nothing but problems. I have never seen such a miserable child cartoon in my entire life.
Peppa Pig.
This clip, I like Peppa.
You talking about miserable cartoon? Peppa is the most miserable character on the face of the planet.
I'm forever rocking with Peppa because I've never watched the episode. The only thing I've ever seen of Peppa Pig is the one clip where she don't know how to whistle and her friend Susie called. And Susie's like, "What's whistling?" And Peppa's like, "You put your lips together and blow." And then Susie's like this. And Susie whistles and then Peppa just hangs up on her. Yeah. I'm with that. That's my type of carrier note.
Peppa's a Virgo. Peppa's a Virgo for sure.
Definitely. Because Peppa said, we not gonna do
not that.
You not about to, no.
Not that.
He was just miserable. That baby was crying for no reason, and he was just throwing tantrums. And I'm just like, why would parents let their children watch this miserable ass little boy do all of this? And why wouldn't his parents discipline him? And I don't mean, you don't gotta spank him, but why y'all giving into these shenanigans? Why y'all negotiating with a mini terrorist? Because that's what that little boy is. He is a mini terrorist. And I need to get that off my chest because it's been bothering me. I saw that clip and I've been bothered ever since. Like, oh my God, that baby is annoying.
Yikes.
Just needed to get that off my chest. I'm sorry, very random.
Super random. How are you? How was your Thanksgiving?
I am good. I had a great Thanksgiving. I hung out with my family.
Nice.
My aunt usually does all the cooking. I just show up with wine and vibes. So, got a little wine drunk with my cousins, talked. Cash had on his little Balenciaga. See, I'm still drunk.
Still wine
Balenciaga
drunk.
Sweater.
Of course.
Because he had to let us know that, he does everything in style. And then my mom came back from Antigua last night. So it was great to see her after 3 weeks of her being away. So all in all, it was good. How about you?
Mine was great. I don't share much, but we've had a really intense year as a family. And so it was very, very nice to have most of the people come together to enjoy each other's company. As with, all black households, most black households, if it's just us, then yikes. If it's just us, then yikes. A little bit of a snafu with a couple people that were a little too drunk. But, other than that, great times, lots of laughter.
That's back in the day when there were more of us, yeah. It happens. That liquor starts to hitting.
When the Henny hit.
Oof, sit down.
Sit down now.
They don't. You know what we forgot to do last week, and I'm going to do this really quickly? Let our audience know that we are super thankful for them for rocking with us for another year.
Vibes, yes.
We are super thankful because we've made new friends along the way.
We have.
And you guys y'all are locked in, and it still, I don't know if it still amazes Ryan, but it still amazes me that people are as locked in as they are. When Ryan, and I'm throwing him under the bus, when Ryan is late with the episode, the amount of texts and messages that I get asking me where the episode is truly warms my heart, and it gives me a reason to pick on Ryan.
Yeah.
And like, when we started this, I don't know, I mean, I know we're not where we see ourselves in like the next 2 to 3 years, but I don't know that we ever thought we would get to where we are now. And so for that, we're truly thankful, because if it wasn't for y'all spreading word and finding us and sticking around, then Ryan and I would really just be talking to each other, which we do offline anyway, regardless. So it wouldn't be anything new.
Yeah.
But y'all truly make this journey special. So we are super thankful for y'all.
Yeah, very, very good. Very well said. Yeah, I definitely created this show just to document, well, not I. We created this show just to kind of just to document like just our conversations, and it was meant for y'all to just kind of be eavesdropping in on our conversation. And yeah, we were just doing it for ourselves and a few friends, but you know, it has grown and it has stayed consistent with the people, and the people are super engaged, which is the most important metric. And I really appreciate all of you for that. To your point of me having episodes late, it's a whole lot of work. For those that are just listening, I mouth a cuss word, okay? But like, it's a lot of work for just me and my neurosis of trying to make things look a specific way and sound a specific way, and you know, all of that. It takes a lot of effort, especially since I work like a crazy person with really odd hours. It's a lot of effort. So I really appreciate y'all sticking with us through all the trials and tribulations of trying to get this out technically. Y'all don't even know the half of it sometimes.
If we had, I got to get another camera so we could do a behind the scenes, because some of the things we go through. Yeah. Like, we'll be like, all right, we got an hour to do this. That hour becomes an hour and 45 minutes because we end up with a whole bunch of technical issues, family popping up. My cousin was here and he was talking in the background watching TV. Like, we have so many things happen that y'all don't see.
So many.
But shout out to you, because I don't think people realize that too. It really is just Ryan. Like, I'm here, but this is me. This is what I do. I talk. And then I go on about my business, and I give Ryan like an episode description and like some title options. That's it. Ryan is doing all the other stuff in the background by himself. So like, y'all got to give him his tens, because if it were me, ask me the last time I dropped a YouTube video. Lord knows.
Another thing we've added to the list of things that Joyhdae does this year, which is great. I want to commend you for that.
I mean, I'm not consistent. I think the last episode I dropped was back in October, being a whole new month. And I told people I was dropping episodes twice a month. So I say that to say, the fact that Ryan gets this done weekly should be commended. Because if it were up to me, y'all would not be getting episodes. Y'all would probably just be getting audio and episodes dropping at my leisure. Because apparently I don't have a sense of urgency. That's all.
You know, got to give ourselves some grace. So, yes. What a great way to start the episode. I didn't think about thanking people, so look at you bringing the niceties out of me, you know?
Because people like to tell me I'm mean, so I needed to show them another side, you know? I'm not always an asshole, guys.
Couple things. Well, one thing I should say. I definitely mentioned last week that we have merch in the stores, virgoseasonshow.com, virgoseasonshow.com, hats, t-shirts, hoodies, and I did say that I would have potentially something new for y'all, but alas, no, I don't. Y'all just gonna have to wait till next year when we come back. I'm dadding. I'm wearing the Dad Gang hat right now, as you can see. I got things to do, and I just hadn't had the time to really put the things together that I want to put together. So rather than put out some garbage, I'd rather put out the good stuff later. But you have some good stuff on the website right now. So
Amen. Let me say something.
VirgoSeasonShow.com.
Not just because it's our merch, but the way that I live in our Virgo season merch needs to be studied. I am obsessed with that hoodie, that hat, that t-shirt. I'm gonna have to get another t-shirt, because by the time spring, summer roll
Gonna
around,
be worn out.
it's gonna be worn out because I throw it on with everything. Don't get me to start. And then I love to reveal the back. I love to take off a jacket. You know what I mean? Because it's unassuming in the front, and then it has all that going on in the back. So don't let me take off a sweater or a jacket with this t-shirt on. And then I'm looking at y'all like, I know y'all see it. Oh, what is that? It's from my merch line that we have for my podcast that I share with my bestie Ryan. It's called Virgo Season.
That's
this
right.
is what we say. Like, I'm just letting y'all know.
So I need some feedback, so y'all can hit us up at virgoseasonshow@gmail.com. I know a couple people have hit me up. They just would rather the merch not have the Virgo Season Show YouTube promo on there. Other people are like, yes, I want to rep the show, and so I just want to let people know. So y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll keep that in mind for future products and things like that.
Okay. I was thinking, but yeah. Okay. So you have two options for the Am I the Asshole? Okay. Do you want to do Am I the Asshole regarding child support, or am I the asshole for not accepting family?
Not accepting family. Let's do that.
Okay. Growing up, I, 18 female, was never close with my dad's family because I wasn't welcomed into their family. My mom wasn't even liked by my dad's family. I barely know any of my cousins. My own grandma doesn't want anything to do with my side, so that's that. I'm mixed. My mom is black and my father is Mexican. I wasn't seen as Afro-Latina to my father's side. They didn't claim me, basically. I had a lot of issues with them. A lot of microaggression was held in that house. The texture of my hair, my skin, everything was different from them. I did feel out of place because I did nothing. I only wanted to fit in with them like a normal family would. I would not be involved with any of the events that they have going on. I remember when my aunt said I shouldn't have a quinceañera, so I am only close to my black side. The only side I feel accepted and appreciated in. I don't even claim my Mexican side. I acknowledge that I'm Mexican, but I just end up saying I'm black. My mom and dad are not together, but my dad called and told me to find something nice to wear in time for my cousin's quinceañera on Thursday. I honestly didn't want to go, so I told him no. He went on about how my cousins want me there, and they're still my family. I ended up telling him I don't want anything to do with his family. He got upset and told my mom that she was basically corrupting me against him and his family. Am I the asshole?
I don't think so. I don't think it's on the child to foster relationships. I think I think it's up to the adults that brought this child into the mix of things to make sure that they foster these things. And just by you forcing a situation, especially a kid that is now an adult. Did she say she's 18?
She's 18, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that she has to comply. It should have been fostered from like childhood, and everybody should have welcomed with open arms. And so if that wasn't the case, you can't expect this child to be soft and open to the situation now. That's one thing we do as Black people. We definitely welcome everybody. And so that's to a fault sometimes. It's sad because a lot of people on other ends of spectrums and things like that don't tend to see us in that way on the other side. So, I mean, it's sad. My mom and my dad are not together either. However, my mom always tried to at least allow us to know who our family was and try to bring us around and foster whatever we could. Like, I mean, over the years, it was like a lot of distance. But then as I've gotten older, I've, bridged the gap and pulled things together. So you never know. Things can happen in the future where this 18-year-old might want to foster her own relationships. But like right now, she's not ready. And so I don't think she's the asshole for that. I do enjoy having family around. It definitely speaks to where you come from. But if family is not for you, I don't see anything wrong with estranging yourself as well to protect your own well-being. Good luck, sis, and hopefully you'll figure something out, but I don't think you're the asshole.
I agree, especially based on the fact that like she's saying that like her grandmother didn't want anything to do with her side or with her aunt telling her she shouldn't have a quinceañera. Those are the times where her father should have been vocal about family. Because that's your child. Regardless of anything, that is your child. And so if you chose not to be vocal about how your mother and your sister were treating your child, she doesn't owe you anything. And this is coming from someone who, my mom and my dad were also not together, but my mother never forced a relationship between my father and myself. But my father's side of the family and I are very close. You know what I mean? Like, my aunt, may she rest in peace, was like, that was my homegirl. You know what I mean? Like, my aunt baked me a cake every year for my birthday up until she passed.
Right.
And that had nothing to do with my father fostering a relationship, but more so with his family, that side of the family loving me as a member of the family. So y'all are lucky she even entertained the idea of going to the party, because you couldn't have asked me, because I was going to tell you about yourself. You would have learned really quickly what type of daughter your ex-girlfriend or whomever my mother was to you raised. Because I personally have always been vocal about my feelings and my emotions when it comes to, like, parental abandonment. That's what I call it.
Right.
So her even contemplating, no means no. I'm never of the mind that, like, children don't know what no means. Right. No means no. And she's not a child. She's not a baby. She's not an infant. She's 18 years old. Sis, you don't have to go see nobody. You don't got to talk to nobody. You don't have to send them, I don't know, Feliz Quinceañera. I don't know how they say it. Feliz Cumpleaños. De Quinceañera, whatever. You don't have to send them nothing. You go ahead and live your life and prosper and, you know, do you. You were not the asshole. You were entitled to your feelings.
When you said live your life, I was definitely thinking Rihanna. I was definitely about to bust out the A.
Right. See,
right?
We would have done that in sync, because in my mind, I was saying, just live your life. Hey. Like, it went on in my mind. But I was like, we're being serious right now. So let me hold it together. Speaking
of which, Coco Jones has a brand new fan out of me. I liked her before, but I really, really like her now. Like, I saw she was on some show, like Terrell. I think that's his name.
Yeah,
he does like the R&B peoples.
Yeah, Terrell Bryce.
There you go. And so it looked like she was cooking something or whatever, and she was just...
They're like really good friends.
Okay. And so he was just bringing people up. He was like, yo, like Rihanna, SZA, like different people. And this girl went seamlessly in the singing voice of all these people. I'm like, not only is she talented, but she's also good at impressions and like has a good sense of humor and like doesn't take herself too seriously. Like, these are the type of people I like in my circle, you know, like these, like people that don't take life too serious. I love that. And so, yeah.
Fun fact, back in the day before she became the Coco Jones, we were mutuals on Twitter.
Very nice.
I stopped tweeting, and then... I think she was trying to like establish her fan base, or like let people know. Like, she was always talented and she was always doing like her little thing on Twitter, but this was before she like became like, she was just on the cusp of becoming a Disney personality.
Yeah.
And so we would like go back and forth for a little bit on Twitter. Not back and forth. And
gotcha.
She never blocked me. We were friends. We were friendly. Because I know when I say that, people are like, oh, God, they can't even talk to Coco Jones. No.
So before you go into that, a thought just came into my brain. I just want to address it really quick before we don't address it. So this past Thanksgiving, my wife, you know, I told y'all we did the holiday photos and that, you know, she'd be extra. And so, you know, I had to supposedly put out my image on Thanksgiving so that people could see and all of that, right? And so I indulged her or whatever. I put out the image. And you see, this is why I don't be posting, Joyhdae. This is why I don't be posting. Y'all see this? If y'all watching YouTube, this is my left hand and it has a nice little ring on it. That means I am married, right? Okay. In the picture, my hand with the wedding ring is showing so that you can see it. And so I've had to, Joyhdae, no joke, delete some DMs because if like I have no problem with y'all talking to me, but like talk to me nice, all right? Talk to me nice. Like let's be respectful in these streets.
Not Ryan being in the Virgo season sex symbol. The ladies sliding in the DMs.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Ladies,
that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying.
Let me tell y'all this.
I don't like all this attention.
Real quick though, Ryan's wife won't have to fight. She can. She won't have to, because I will, because I like her. Like, I love me some of her. So, like, keep it cute.
Keep it cute.
Okay? Keep it cute. Because what we don't do is mess with, like, their family. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So, keep it cute. Like, she won't have to fight. I don't got none. I throws down for them. So,
yeah. Yeah, there's.
Okay?
I mean,
don't let him slide your DM to me and have me have to let you know about yourself. Let's not.
and
Okay?
so it's like I only really post myself. I don't post my family. I don't do any of that stuff for this specific reason. I don't want y'all to talk stuff that I'm gonna have to come out of myself to defend and stuff like that. So, but like there are pictures with all of us, and with my girls, and like with my wife, and like all of that. Y'all ain't gonna see that, but they exist.
But I mean, also, if you're listening, every episode,
every single one.
Ryan mentions his wife.
Every single one.
Or children. If he does not mention his children, he definitely mentions his wife.
Yeah.
And sometimes he mentions his wife and some things where I tell him she needs to hit him in his solar plexus because it's not our business. So I say that to say this is a man who loves and adores and likes his wife.
That's right.
This isn't one of these other cats that be out here fiending for female attention. The only female gaze Ryan is worried about is that of his wife. Let's be 100% honest.
That's correct.
And if y'all can't handle that, I'm sorry. He's not. I'm just going to keep it real with you.
I'm going to say this, though. Most people are respectful. Most people are just fans of the show. Just love what we got going on and doing that. But, like, I think because of the hashtag I put holiday 2024, it probably reached more people, and
okay, so y'all are not listeners.
They on the next level. So we'll see.
I figured our listeners had some couth to them. I figured it wasn't our listeners. Like I knew our listeners had some couth because like our listeners, I think we've had comments before when you've posted things and they've said like, just let your wife know we're looking respectfully. Do you know what I mean? Like they're respectful about it. And they will mention your wife. You know what I mean? Because they know. So I know that our listeners have couth.
Yeah.
So just in case that photo enticed you to come check out this podcast, and this is your first episode.
Welcome.
We do welcome you.
But Jaleel will cuss your ass out.
Yeah, I will. I cuss people out behind my friends and family. Okay? Like, no problem. Easy.
Funny.
Okay?
That's funny.
I don't play about them. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate the love and support.
My sister's also in the shadows, ready and willing. She's a feisty Virgo just like this one.
You will get jumped by an August and a September Virgo. Has that ever happened in history? I don't know.
We gonna find out.
Do y'all want to see it? I don't think y'all do.
Okay, this is too much. Too much on this.
Okay.
Too much on this today.
Okay.
I can't. I already told y'all. Too much attention. I don't like it.
So last week we ended the show. We talked about Kendrick Lamar having dropped a surprise album, Gen X, on a random Friday at 12 noon. It has been a week. I personally have had that album in rotation. And I say this as someone who appreciated Kendrick Lamar and his musicality, but would not have described herself as a fan. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a fan, but I was like, I know Kendrick. Like, I mess with Kendrick. I am now a fan. Okay? All of his other albums have always been great. Like, I've never thought he put out I mean, obviously you like some albums more than others. I don't think he's put out projects that I've been like, oh God, this is trash. I think that because I am such a messy person in my life, and most of this album is very messy, it just made my love and appreciation for Kendrick Lamar grow that much more.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Gen X after it's settled for a week now?
I'm loving it. I continue to be amazed by how methodical Kendrick is and how much he just puts thought into things, which would make me think that he's a Virgo, but I don't think he is.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's on my list of
people I wish. People we wish were Virgos, right? Yes. Yeah, it is so good. Like when you think about it, like first album, Good Kid, Mad City was, my neighborhood is not the best neighborhood. Like whatever, we got a lot going on. Then second album, America trash, dog. America trash. Third album, the world actually trashed. Everything about the world is trash. Then fourth album, you know what? I'm trash. I think I'm trash. This album is, nah, it's not me. It's y'all. Y'all are trash. So I mean, how amazing is that? Like, there's so many things about this album that is amazing. He pulled this lady up out of like obscurity, the mariachi lady on the album. Like, it's like, okay, y'all say I don't put my peoples on or whatever. He put on so many people on this album. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. Songs just sound better and better and better. No matter what he got going on, he always has something trending going on. Now all of the internet is yelling mustard. I mean,
the amount of times I have to contain that within myself, because why am I yelling mustard? Why am I so easily influenced? I'm out here wanting to yell at the most random of times, mustard!
Oh, too good. Why? And that just goes to show, like, the influence. Like, when you look at the numbers, just the numbers in general, he's dethroned, the person that seems to not be able to be dethroned, Taylor Swift. Like, he's been at the top of the charts for a whole week straight, nonstop. He's supposedly about to take 8 of the top 10 spots on the Billboard this week. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's outstanding. Like, the level of excellence and the level of festivity that he has people going through right now is amazing.
Love the word festivity.
Is it a real word? I just made it up or it's used not, it or whatever, but yes.
It's not.
It's great.
I think it's like a slang word.
Yeah.
But I love it. I've used it myself when I wanna convey how upset I am.
So yeah, I'm all about it. I'm loving it. I'm still dissecting a lot of it. I'm still learning how to do my little Compton dances. I won't break those out until I actually know what I'm doing. But yeah, amazing. Having the time.
I will never learn a Compton dance because I'm old and my bones have already told me absolutely not. To your point, I absolutely, sitting on this album for a week and just revisiting things, just revisiting this album, your mind, Kendrick. I can tell you went to the school of Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't care what anybody says.
Yes.
I can tell you studied the actual GOATs.
Yes.
And you have now applied that to yourself, which is why you are soaring to the levels in which you were soaring. Okay?
All signs are leading to him dropping another album before the Super Bowl. All signs.
Yeah.
So.
Or on the Super Bowl. I've heard that he's actually going to drop the next album after his Super Bowl performance.
Huh. We'll see.
That's
like end the year and start the year off. Like
so he dropped the video for Squabble Up. Jesus, I can't get that out.
Let's talk about this video.
This video was so simple yet so layered at the same time that I'm just like, are you sure you're not a Virgo, my guy? Like, you should be a Virgo.
Yeah.
Playing homage to Isaac Hayes with the Black Moses cover, Ice-T with the Power album cover,
That's
the
right.
Roots for the Next Movement video.
Let's go.
Menace to Society aesthetics, the African American flag, and the G-Funk era's stylistic elements. He had those 3, I forget their names, those 3 very beautiful, very thick black women who were dancing and they was fucking it up.
I don't know the names, but yes, they were.
They had their hair wrapped in that doobie and they was patting, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go back to that. I'm gonna have to.
Kendrick is determined to make authentic black women, like, bring them to the forefront of everything, since y'all are already that. Just like putting some respect on y'all names, so y'all gotta clap it up for the man. Like, I love that about him. I love that about him.
And that's what makes Kendrick smart, right? Smarter than the average bear. Because Kendrick has realized that while black people move the culture, black women are the culture keepers, right? Like, we're the ones who, like, protect, nurture the culture. Mm-hmm. So while y'all are out there, some of y'all are out there supporting men who support Tory Lanez and men of that ilk, Kendrick said, no. I'm speaking power into black women.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
I'm going to support them. I'm going to love them. I'm going to ride for them.
That's right.
Point blank, period. And that is a smart business move, because now this means that y'all cannot ever, unless Kendrick does something foul, y'all can't mess with him. Y'all can't, because that means black women are now going to have. We put our capes away after the election. We will put those capes on for Kendrick. Again, I started off as a mild enjoyer of Kendrick because I thought he was talented.
Right.
I'm not really into West Coast style of rap. I'm more of an East Coast girly. Mm-hmm. But I understood and I could appreciate what Kendrick was doing. I will curse you and your uncle out, who told you he was a part of NWA back in 1998 behind Kendrick Lamar. It's just what it is. Because that on his first song, like I said last week on Whacked Out Murals, he told y'all, do not let these white comedians say shit about black women. That's a law. Not, oh guys, leave black women alone. Law. You know what that means when he say it's a law? That means you will get effed up behind us.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And then to the mustache Mussolini known as Andrew Schultz, please, I know you think you're safe because Charlemagne put that battery in your back. Sir, Charlemagne himself will tell you, you do not want it with Kung Fu Kenny and the people that he knows. Okay? This isn't Drake. You get slick. You could be slick with the mouth with Drake. You could be slick with the mouth with a lot of rappers. I don't think you know what Kendrick Lamar is capable of outside of the studio. This is just me. Andrew Schultz responded to Kendrick saying that white comedians shouldn't be talking about black women, but he basically said, is this guy so woke that he can't take a joke? First of all, I need y'all to retire this woke phrase. It's corny. Y'all look corny when y'all use it. Y'all sound even cornier when y'all say something that's too woke. Who goes around life sleeping? I don't get the reference. It never made sense to me because you need to be awake in order to appreciate and enjoy life.
Also, black people don't even say woke anymore. Like, what are we talking about?
We don't. We retired it once y'all took hold of it.
Once y'all took a hold of it.
And made it cornier than it already was.
Huh.
Now, I saw this online and it is so true. The other thing about Kendrick Lamar that makes him unlike the other rappers is that he is genuinely funny.
Yeah.
He will rap about you in a song and make it hilarious. Listen, in Euphoria, the funniest part was what? What is it, the braids? He had us saying that randomly. And that was that shit was funny. That shit was hilarious, comical.
Yeah.
What are you talking about that man's braids for? As many hairstyles as Drake has had. For him to just put, do you get what I'm saying?
No, the reason that is funny is because all of y'all lacking melanin people that go down to the Caribbean and get those Bo Derek braids and think that y'all look amazing, yet y'all are the laughing stock without y'all even knowing. The butt of the joke without y'all even knowing. That's
the way they overcharge y'all.
This is why, what is it, the braids is so funny because it's the same exact sentiment.
Like, I just want Andrew Schultz to understand that just because you have a black friend in Charlemagne does not mean that you are welcome to the culture. I need y'all to understand that now, after this election, I think a lot of black people, black men and black women included, have realized that something that I have said, we have to go back to gatekeeping. And we have to resend some of these cookout invitations that we give to everybody that knows how to do a 1-2 step. Because y'all are not for us. At no point in time should a white man make a joke at the expense of black women. Being violent, it's very anti-black. Some white comedians get it. You know who gets it? Bill Burr. He jokes about his black wife, but it's funny. Why? Because he's not punching down.
Right. What we need to do is make dumbass white people afraid again. That's what we need to do.
Yes.
That's what we need to do. Let's make that a hat or something. But yes, that's what it is.
And I feel as though Kung Fu Kenny is the perfect person to do this because what is Andrew Schultz gonna do? I remember, what was that? It was that streamer, Aiden Ross or whatever, who was like Team Drake, and he was talking wild shit about being in LA. And Kendrick's people was like, "Hey yo, be easy." And he got back on his streamer, was like, "I'm not scared. Like, I'll be out in like LA, like ain't nobody gonna do shit." Then a couple of days later, I think it was like 15 minutes later, there was a whole nother video like, I was doing too much. I was in my feelings. I was just. Because you will get touched.
Yep, you will.
There's people who are not scared to touch people.
Yeah. What I want to say, and this is how I feel at the current moment, y'all can elevate this if you want to. But right now, I'm saying make dumbass white people afraid again.
Yes. Not all.
For now. Let's see. But there are some of y'all with some sense. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now.
Y'all are safe. And again, this is a situation where you have to remind people, if it does not apply to you, let it fly. You know what I mean? Like, y'all get in y'all feelings and y'all want to put y'all cape on, and then you're like, I'm not one of those people. Then why are you a hit dog hollering?
Also, let us have our things, please, because I just saw recently on some sort of stage some dumbass white girl doing a Sean Paul record in her bar sing twang kind of a thing, and no thanks, no.
Just give me the lights.
No.
Joe.
Let us have our things, please. Let us have our things.
Because here's the thing. Everything isn't for everybody, and that's okay. That is okay. There's certain things, like, and this is no shade to anybody who enjoys it. I would never eat an ambrosia salad. That's not for me. It's not for me.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things that are just not for everybody, and that's okay. You guys y'all are allowed to enjoy what you enjoy. Let us enjoy what we enjoy. You know what I mean?
I saw a video of a melanin lacking person right before Thanksgiving. He was just like, it might be the time, white people, we have to give it up. We have to start finding seasonings that blend well together and put them into the food so that once it's finished cooking, it has some flavor. He's like, we have to do it. We have to come together as a people.
Because imagine your history is colonizing the whole world, chasing spices just for y'all not to
use them. Come on.
Like, colonize the world in chase of spices just for y'all to be allergic. I literally saw somebody make a turkey and their seasoning was mayonnaise, salt, and pepper.
Okay. Sorry. Oh no.
Okay? Then they made something called a dupe apple pie, which is basically they boiled Ritz crackers and put that in a pie tin with the pie crust with some cinnamon on top. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Again, everything is not for everybody. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
Keep it.
Just leave us alone. That's all I'm saying. Just leave us alone. Don't try to colonize our stuff and try to tell us. Like, this, just keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I can't stand is the speaking out of both sides of your mouth kind of a situation. Like, you like to say a lot and you haven't said it in a while, but is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? You know? Like, you can't hate us and then also want all of our things. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That don't make sense.
Like this one, before we get back to it, like this one was online telling black women that they need to stop with the weaves and the wigs and these unnatural hair colors because it basically shows that you're insecure and you don't like your features. Mind you, she's married to a black man. But sweetness, you literally have lip fillers to make your lips plumper to look like that of a black woman. You have a BBL to give yourself the ass of a black woman. The call is coming from inside the house.
Inside the house.
Leave us alone.
Inside the house.
Leave us alone, because all of the things that you were talking about are not culturally specific at all. There are black women or black people who are born with blonde hair.
Listen,
we have redheads.
Listen.
We have black people who are born with green eyes, blue eyes, hazelnut. We're not monolithic. Y'all may be monolithic. We are not.
I told the out-of-pocket dad joke a couple weeks ago. What do you call a blonde standing on her head?
Oh, God.
I mean, brunette with bad breath. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
God, you did not have to repeat it.
The call is coming from inside the house. Like, what are we talking about? Unnatural hair colors. That's not your hair color. Let's stop.
It's not.
Let's stop it.
That's like,
even if you were born dirty blonde, the type of blonde that y'all go to the hairdressers to like make look like something is not your natural hair color. So okay, all right, we're going too far.
Back to Kendrick, because we went on a tangent just now.
Huge tangent.
Allegedly, Lil Wayne was not a fan of Kendrick. Really not saying anything too bad. Just basically saying I was a fan, and it hurts my feelings that someone that I was a fan of is not proud of me and my accomplishments. That was the gist of what Kendrick said.
I don't even think he really said that. I think that's what people are, interpreting. But I think he was just like, apparently he's mad at something that I did that I worked for, like apparently. Yeah, and then he just kind of glazed by it. Like it wasn't nothing crazy.
Just like he glazed by Snoop. Like he didn't go at Snoop. He just said it was fucked up to see Snoop playing TaylorMade. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So allegedly, Wayne was upset about that little subpar not bar and attempted to call Kendrick, apparently, and Kendrick did not answer his phone. And according to Joe Budden, Wayne may release a Kendrick Lamar diss track.
Not a good idea.
To which I say,
not a good idea.
Dwayne, Cosmosis, Aloysius.
Oh no.
Carter.
Oh no.
Keep it.
Oh no. Not a good idea.
You are not smart enough to battle Kendrick Lamar. As evidenced by the way he has completely decimated not only the career, but the credibility of your label's top selling artist. And he did it in a weekend. Like, let's think about this. He did it in a weekend. Okay? If you release something against Kendrick Lamar, I fear for the Young Money legacy.
Yikes.
Because Kendrick is just that good, and there's nobody in your roster who is seeing him. Because your most quote-unquote battle-tested rapper just lost to him astronomically. I just keep it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, it's akin to Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson, elder abuse. I don't want to see this young man.
The student inevitably becomes the teacher, and that's the whole point. Like, we can't constantly come for the younger generation because the younger generation will always surpass the older generation. It's just how evolution works. That's just how it works. So please
keep it.
Yeah.
Please keep it. Dwayne, Cosmosis, Aloysius, Carter. Thank you very much.
All right.
And he couldn't get any cornier if he tried. Drake is suing UMG, Universal Music Group, and Spotify, accusing them of manipulating the success of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us and inflating the numbers. He's alleging that UMG charged Spotify a reduced licensing fee for Kendrick's song, leading to prominent placement on the platform. He's claiming bots and pay-for-play strategies inflated the streaming numbers, that there were payments to influencers and radio outlets for additional promotions. And he alleges also that UMG dismissed employees perceived as loyal to Drake. I need Aubrey to understand that they remixed Not Like Us into a Punjabi song. They was playing this at Indian weddings. Okay? This song went universal.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Little kids was waking their parents up on Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Saying, play A minor. Little kids.
Grandmothers.
On repeat.
Grandmothers.
They was walking up to Alexa and saying, Alexa, play A minor. See?
Alexa,
stop. I didn't really mean you to do that. Alexa, stop. See? Alexa, stop. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, Trey?
Oh, God.
This is what was happening. This could have been the whitest thing you could have done.
Yeah.
Like,
it's giving mommy the racists are being racist again. It's giving that. It's one of those.
Sir.
Oh, God.
Never. You were the first rapper to sue somebody because you lost a battle.
So here's the common misconception here. He didn't sue UMG. He petitioned UMG.
Petitioned. I'm sorry.
So what that means is that he doesn't actually have any evidence of what he's claiming. He's now petitioning UMG to give him the proof that what he's alleging is actually the case, so then he can go ahead and sue them. And so that's even crazier. I don't have any proof. This is what I think it is. Please tell me I'm right so that I can sue you. That's exactly what's going on. And that's trash, dog.
I mean, me personally, this has brought me so much joy because as a self-proclaimed oracle who has been on Aubrey's ass since this podcast has started.
Yeah.
Nothing brings me more joy than being proven right multiple times. Time after time after time again this year. Thank you very much. When everybody was like, and I said, he is a cornball who is not living, but he is rapping. I would like y'all to know that I have, and this is coming from somebody when he first dropped, when he was Wheelchair Jimmy, I liked him.
Yeah.
He flipped. And I'm like, this is not the same kid from Degrassi acting like this.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. And when I told y'all stories about when I used to be outside and we would be in the same places before he became who he was, and I was in places that he should have been in, and you know, we should have been in the opposite positions, but like he was, you know, he was giving very cornball back then, and so I was very shocked when his first efforts came out and it was actually pretty damn good. I was just like, this can't be the same person. And you know, I was a blogger at the time, and so I had to cover, but none of this is surprising to me. None of it. This is just who whatever they say, whatever you hide in the dark will come to the light or something like that. That's how it goes.
UMG responded, and they basically said, we employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing promotional campaigns. This is the part that tickles me. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans chose the music they want to hear. Okay? UMG basically told Drake, listen, my guy.
Yeah.
I need him to understand that Kendrick did that song 6 times in a row during Goon-teenth.
What we call Goon-teenth.
And every time he ran that back, people got hyper.
Yes. Yeah.
There's times when you've seen performers do a song and people be like, all right, now. That's it.
Yeah.
Every time he ran it back, A minor got stronger.
Yeah.
And he didn't just run it back in certain parts. He ran it back from the beginning.
Yeah. Allegedly, he is doing all of this because he's in contract negotiations with UMG. And apparently this is supposed to prove that they had some culpability in this so that he can garner a larger amount in his contract negotiations. But yet, I don't know if this makes any sense to him, but that's going to backfire regardless. Because either way, you come out of this looking even worse than you did before you did it. And so, you know, what incentive do they have to do this when y'all both signed to the same label in different subsidiaries? Like, you know, it is what it is. I don't get it.
Listen, the reality is Kendrick has dimmed your star. Drake has dropped, I don't know how many songs and or features since this beef has started, and all of them have dropped to no fanfare.
Yeah, he's nowhere on my radar, and usually by just the sheer ubiquity of his music before, I would have to hear it even though I wasn't seeking it out. Now, crickets.
You don't hear it. And that's Kendrick.
Yeah.
And then people pointed out, isn't it strange that you worried about streaming numbers when this man called you a whole pedophile in the song and you not suing for defamation? So then Drake ran to his attorneys real quick and was like, let's throw in some defamation too.
Let's throw
that in too. So then he argued that Not Like Us falsely portrays him as a pedophile, which he says has irreparably damaged his reputation. To which I say, I know a lot of people's memories are short, but when this battle happened and people said, oh, Kendrick got you on the ropes, you said that you fed Kendrick information. So if you were feeding him information and it was coming from you and you were so aware of what was going on, how is it defamation when this is with the information that you gave him? So you defamed yourself so that you could sue him. Like, make it make sense, Aubrey. Make it make sense, because it's not, the math isn't mathing. Now I can tell you that it's not your strong suit because the math isn't mathing. When you were losing, I remember. I don't know if you remember when he was losing, and Kendrick said, "I have moles. Everybody that's in your camp don't like you. I got people who's coming to me and giving me all of this. This is how I am so prepared. This is how I know what you're finna do." Aubrey dropped his songs. Kendrick dropped his song 20 minutes later. Aubrey came back and was like, I fed you that information. It's not even, none of that is true. But now you're being defamed and it's irreparably harming your reputation. But I thought you gave him that information, Aubrey.
Listen, at this point, he's taking up too much of our time on our last
Yeah,
episode
it's
because who cares at this point?
Yeah.
You're there's no coming back from this.
No.
Even if you try to redeem some semblance of what your career used to be, it's never going back to what it was.
It's a wrap.
Find the next
I'm looking
pivot.
forward to 180 million people screaming A minor in their house on Super Bowl Sunday. Hopefully some people will be live streaming it so that they can put a supercut together of millions of tiny screens of everyone just screaming A minor, so that we let you know
It's gonna happen.
that we don't care.
It's gonna
about
happen.
You.
Yeah.
For the last episode of the year, this is a very trash-filled episode. And for that, I guess I apologize, but I don't, because there was really nothing going on this week. Trey Songz was ordered to pay $11 million for an incident that happened in 2021. I don't care. I just want to say that accountability is coming for you artists who think that you, for some reason, supersede, like, the law. Allegedly, during Trey's, well, it can't be allegedly because civil suit. During Trey's 37th birthday celebration at a Las Vegas hotel, a Maryland police officer's wife was allegedly held against her will in Trey's room, which seems to be the story of his life. Why are you always trying to kidnap and hold women against their will? It just doesn't make sense to me. When Dunn tried to intervene, Trey and his security team allegedly assaulted him, causing severe injuries. He was cleared of criminal charges, but did not respond to the civil suit, resulting in a default judgment in Dunn's favor. I hope that man gets every bit of his $11 million. I'm sure they're going to have some sort of response to this, but I hope that man gets every bit of his money, because
That's right.
Trey Songz does not deserve anything.
At this point, we have to say alleged, but like, I believe everything that is said about him. I've said this from the beginning of his career, when the wife and I went to see him and just observed him and how he reacted with the audience and the people that came and paid good money to see him, and just his attitude and just the way he spoke about and to women and all of that. I haven't seen it for him since then, and that was a long time ago. And so all of this stuff, none of this stuff is surprising to me. It makes so much sense, and I hope he gets exactly what's coming to him, and hope he can find the $11 million so that he can pay dollars, because he don't have it. I don't think.
He definitely don't. I have never seen it for Trey Songz, because he sounds like a Billy Goat, and if I want to hear Billy Goat sing, I can go to a zoo or a farm. I just never thought he was vocally anything, and he had a bird chest, and so every time he took his shirt off and women got excited, I was like, we are celebrating bird chests now? I don't get it. So I've never seen it for him. I don't know any of his songs. Like, I was never a part of whatever he called his fan club, so I wish him nothing but everything he deserves, which is nothing. So there's that. In more obnoxious news, Donald Trump's charges for interference and mishandling of documents has been dismissed. Special counsel Jack Smith cited that the Department of Justice policy prohibits prosecution of sitting presidents. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chuckton dismissed the charges without prejudice, allowing for the possibility of refiling once Trump leaves office. Critics argue that this policy grants sitting presidents immunity, potentially encouraging abuse of power, which, hello, Donald Trump. Concerns over statutes of limitations expiring before charges can be revisited. This decision has drawn significant criticism, especially toward Attorney General Merrick Garland, for perceived delays in pursuing accountability. And even though I used to be a fan of Merrick Garland, I will not deny that I think he was very slow in acting in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Am I surprised? No. Mediocre white men like Donald Trump get away with a lot of shit. That's literally the American dream. That is the American standard. I'm not surprised by it at all. I'm tired, though.
Yeah.
I will say that. I'm tired, but, you know.
I don't know when liberals are going to get what's actually happening in the United States and move around this country like we have balls, because it's like, at the end of the day, the people on the other side are fighting dirty. They're fighting very dirty, and we're just here just on some, the letter of the law says this, and that the courts will handle all that needs to be handled, and the presidency only has about so much power, and there's checks and balances and all of that to handle. Hell no, all of that stuff is off the table. We are living in a dictatorship. You understand me? We are living in a dictatorship, and he hasn't even taken his he hasn't even taken office yet. He hasn't sworn in yet. Like, the amount of things that this man is about to do, and the amount of things that he's been able to just kind of moonwalk across the court already in order to, not have anything happen to him within the legal system. It's like, what's the point of even following the law? Because if you have enough money and power and influence, none of this stuff matters to you. None of it matters to you. And that's not a democracy.
I need us, after this is all said and done, if we survive the next 4 years and we don't end up in hell, we need to start putting age limits on everything. Okay? If my mama has to retire at a certain age, so do my elected officials.
Exactly.
You cannot run for office past a certain age. Because I don't know why Nancy Pelosi sat on somebody's podcast and said she's going to run again in 2 years or whatever, next year, whenever her time is up. Nancy, let it go. You were literally 103 years old. You have pictures with JFK when you were a youth.
Wow.
There's no reason for you to still be in office.
Yeah.
There's no reason. There's no reason for these old people to be in office. I digress. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's going to be the alleged, purported head of the Department of Health and all that other stuff, is going to kill us. I'm just letting y'all know that now. He's finna kill us. And the reason I say that is because he don't believe in nothing. Vaccines cause autism. Science is bad. But he passed his classes in college because of heroin. There's a podcast of this man saying that he was at the bottom of his class until he did heroin and started doing heroin, and then he soared to the top of his class. This is going to be the person that is going to be in charge of making decisions for the Department of Health.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is talking about getting rid of Elizabeth Warren's brainchild, the CFRB, the credit bureau, whatever, that helps us consumers fight against price gouging from businesses. He wants to eliminate that in totality, okay? Whereas the Democrats were trying to make it a law where price gouging was illegal and these big businesses can be fined for it.
Right.
Elon Musk wants to give them carte blanche and give us very little remedy in stopping that. So that means the next time we have a pandemic, for example, and we want to buy our 99-cent tissue, because for some reason we all go out and buy toilet tissue and paper towel, instead of it being 99 cents, they can charge us $199. And there's nothing we can do about it. Right. For a roll. Not a pack.
Wild.
Not a lifetime supply. For a roll of toilet tissue.
Wild.
Y'all talk about gas prices.
Wild.
Which I think that's going to do the gas prices. With Mobile, Exxon and them, when there's a hurricane coming and you're trying to get gas, you could drive your family across states to safety. I'm just saying.
I saw
elections have consequences.
They do have consequences.
Shout out to Joseph robbing that Biden, though. Even though I'm still pissed at him for whatever, he did appoint 61 new black judges, liberal judges, lifetime appointments in lower Supreme Courts, which will help us mitigate some of the fuckery that is coming through.
Yeah.
Because when things get taken to these little courts, hopefully these people will make the right decisions. It's mostly black women and a couple of, I think it's like split evenly, but it's like a couple more black women than black men. But it's like a good even number, and they're not old. Right. They're not old.
Very good.
So thankfully for that.
I was doing a little bit of research. I saw on social, this white lady, she said something that really made some sense that landed with me. And so I just want to share. This man basically ran for the presidency for his freedom. We had the opportunity to elect someone that was fighting for our freedom. And we chose. This is where America is. Like, it's just,
people are in the fuck
disgusting.
around and find out stage is going to be amazing. He's talking about 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, and both places are like,
all right, fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out, because we can issue tariffs too. So I don't know what y'all thought was going to happen, but life's about to be really expensive for a lot of people. In news nobody cares about, but I just need to get this off my chest because I saw video clips of him online, and it solidified why his career never went any further than the last thing we've ever seen him in. Jaleel White is hella annoying. Okay? He's hella annoying. And it lets me know now why he is not anyone's star in anything. Like, he ain't even been in a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah.
He wrote a book called Growing Up Urkel, which is supposed to offer an inside look in his life as a child star and as Steve Urkel on Family Matters. So the two things that really irritated me was he had beef with Jo Marie Payton, who played the mama on Family Matters. And Jo Marie, I guess, was annoyed with him because he said that, you know, he was a kid and he would always be bouncing his basketball and stuff, and she'd be like, stop bouncing that basketball, which if I'm at work,
right,
stop bouncing the goddamn basketball.
Right.
When asked about it, he keeps saying things like, I've always been told not to argue with my elders. But he's saying it in a very condescending
yeah,
way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need you to know that based off of that alone, I don't care if Joe Marie is wrong. Team Joe Marie over here, because you're annoying.
Right.
You were annoying.
Right.
And the fact that we get it. They built the show around you after a while. You were supposed to be a guest star.
Yeah.
You took off. Woo, 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 woo.
The show wouldn't have been a show without Harriet. It was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers that she was on. You understand? And so let's not get it twisted. The execs or whatever made their choices and, you know, put you in a position to have this crazy ego at a young age. And, you know, you did help take the show to 9 seasons, however long it went on. But one thing he is lacking in is humility. And this is why he does not get booked for anything. This is why nobody cares to work with him or, you know, around him or any of that stuff. And so, you know, it's a thing. I say this all the time. I come from the industry, and you got to realize also that people only want to work with people that they like in the industry. If you are this unlikable to the people that are supposed to be your fans, how much more terrible are you when you're working behind the scenes? It's over for him. I feel like people will read this book. People will buy this book, and that will be the end of what we hear about him, I think, honestly.
Oh, see, you better than me, because I don't even think people would do that.
I think they will.
I don't think enough people going to... I don't think he's going to be on no New York Times bestseller. Of course, there's going to be 150 people who are going to be curious and, you know, buy the book. But do I think he's going to be, you know, like somebody be like, oh, this is a New York Times bestseller? I honestly don't think people care enough. They don't. And second point that annoyed me, he fixed his mouth to talk about first of all, Jo Marie Payton has been an angel in all of this, because when asked about it, she says she has nothing but love for him and keeps it moving while he's talking about disrespecting his elders. But then this man talks about the fact that he went on a date with Bianca Lawson when she was 14 and he was 16, where he felt that she was only interested in him for arcade game money, and how his celebrity status may have influenced the interaction, and that she used him for her own career purposes, to elevate her own career.
I might be a little. It's late in my brain, and I'm old. Bianca Lawson the same? Same stepsister to Beyonce.
Yes.
That's that one. The daughter of Richard Lawson.
Yes.
Richard Lawson, the actor that was already in the industry, and she only needed to reach towards him for any sort of clout in the business. Yes. Oh, okay. The
Bianca Lawson, who has looked like she's been 27 for the past 77 years, she's a whole fucking vampire. You're aging like milk, Jaleel. Why is that? Because you have so much hate and bitterness in your heart. I need you to
got me spilling my water. Oh my God. All right.
Because make it make sense, sir. First of all, that speaks to how whack you are of an actor, that she has been able to not only establish a career, but maintain a career that you don't have.
Listen,
like you don't have.
Let's speak facts.
Real here.
Let's speak the facts.
She used you and then leapfrogged over you in popularity. That is some... You and Drake should be best friends. That is some cornball shit. Yo, are you serious?
Again, I started this out talking about Coco Jones and not taking herself so seriously. Why do these people take themselves so seriously? Why do y'all think y'all are it? Like, it does not make sense. You like... Anybody that is it right now it can all be gone tomorrow, which is why you have to hold on to that humility. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, Bianca Lawson don't even speak to us. I don't think I've ever seen an interview with Bianca Lawson in years. Bianca Lawson just acts and goes on about her business. It's probably why she still look like she's 27. I mean, she's all
less stress. Less stress.
800 years old. Bianca Lawson don't talk to us, and she was doing that before Beyonce. Okay, and I'm sure even now, as Beyonce's stepsister, when they be in a little family group chat, Beyonce be like, don't It's Jaleel White. No one even knows what he looks like when he walks down the street.
Facts.
Don't worry about it. Why are you, at your big age, still fixated on something that happened when you were 16 years old with a woman who has not paid you dust since then?
People be holding
You're
on.
married.
It's those people that peaked in high school. That's what this is.
And that's literally what it, like, you literally peaked with Urkel and you can't let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. We loved Family Matters when it was out. And I guess he said he didn't want to do, I guess they proposed a reboot of Family Matters, and he said he didn't want to do it because he prefers fresh, modern take on storytelling. I would say this to you, sir.
I don't think that's the story.
I would take it because no one is giving you any fresh, modern take of anything. Because no one cares.
I don't think them people wanted to work with him. I don't think them people wanted to work with him again.
To be quite honest, I don't care if Laura and Steve are living happily ever after and they got little Urquettes and Urkels running around. I genuinely couldn't care less. Could not care less. Okay? I know Family Guy. Not Family Guy.
Family Matters.
Full House.
Full House.
No, Full House did their little reboot.
I didn't care about that either.
Did not care. Okay? Did not. Especially when they said Mary-Kay and Ashley wasn't involved in. Okay, the fuck am I watching for? We watched for them little girls. We didn't care about Stephanie and DJ. What? We don't care, Jaleel White.
Yeah.
We don't care. Bianca Lawson is still booked and busy. Something you are not. And another thing, you got on before this and you was on interviews saying that black women started to like you once you started to play Stefan because black women are only interested in thugs, rappers, and athletes.
Okay.
Could it be that you're not attractive?
Because I don't think...
Could it be that you're not attractive and that something about Stefan's swag that you did not persuade, like you did not really put forth as Steve Urkel made women feel a certain type of way? But at the end of the day, even now, women who grew up watching Family Matters and who were like myself included, thought Stefan was like, what were we on?
It's giving Aubrey Graham. Plain and simple.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. All right. That was the point of this whole segment. All right, we got it. We understand where it is.
Okay, just letting y'all know.
All right.
Best friends. Leave us alone, Jaleel White. We're not taking you with us into 2025. Last thing, I saw GQ had Cat Williams answer questions in Quora. And online as Cat Williams. I said it 2 episodes ago.
It is still 2024, okay?
I am saying it again. December 31st better be the last day y'all let Cat Williams do anything for the next 2 years. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want to see him. I do not want him on no...
Oh, gosh.
Let me tell you something. Shannon Sharp, you better not do an 1-year anniversary episode featuring Cat Williams. I don't want it. Okay? Because ever since that episode, 2024 has been a shit show.
Oh, my gosh. Can we
close the portal for 2 years?
Yes.
Let's just give us 2 years of the portal being closed.
Sad to say, I think people will interview him because they just said that he purchased some land that he's about to put a movie studio on. So people going to be talking to him.
Let's wait until the studio is done. And if you are a contractor...
Hold up the work.
Delay. Give us 2 years. Delay. I beg. And I'm a Virgo. I love Cat Williams. I appreciate him from one Virgo to another, but I need a break. The world
it's
Virgos
Virgo
have
voodoo.
Caused nothing but chaos this year. We have caused nothing but chaos and distress this year.
Oh, God.
I need us to go back into the shadows for a little bit.
Beyonce about to close out the year with another set of chaos with this Netflix thing. So
I pray that is the palate cleanser for
We're like roaches. You can't get rid of us. You can't get rid of us.
I just need us I need us to stop. Okay? I don't want it. I need us to just... Please. I'm tired.
Oh, gosh.
Okay?
All
to get that off my chest.
This was a great way to end out the episode for the year. You did your thing. You did your thug thizzle. All right.
Shout out to you for dealing with me and my thug thizzle.
Wow.
What does a lesbian and turtle have in common?
Ooh, you be coming at me for the lesbian jokes.
And this one is out of pocket. Shout out to Jasmine, because this one,
Shout out to Jasmine, another one of our power listeners. We love you for it. Thank you.
Shout out to y'all for real.
Let's see. I don't know. Lesbian turtle. What's the correlation there? What you got?
Oh, this is so bad. They both choke on plastic.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna lighten it up a bit. This one we told before, but one of our listeners, another power listener, Will, gave me a joke for you, Joyhdae. Okay. Let's see if you
First of all, Will, don't be switching sides on me just because he was out here trying to guilt trip you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's see if you remember this one.
Oh, God.
How do Latinos cut pizza?
Oh, I do know this one. With a Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Little Caesars.
I feel like somebody gave me that one too.
Y'all got, okay, talking about this. When we come back in 2025, I'm going to need y'all to be on it, because we do too many of these jokes to remember all of them, but y'all also got to remember the jokes. Y'all can't keep submitting the jokes that we already told. All right? That's all I'm saying. All right, cool.
But it's crazy because they be submitting them, and then I tell you, and you be like, we did this, and I forgot. So I'm going to have to go through it my damn self.
All right.
My last joke is fully out of pocket, but these ones are in the holiday spirit.
Okay.
What does Santa call it when he finishes on his wife's chest?
Oh, Lord God. Oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man. I don't know, but I want to know. What?
Chestnuts.
I love that. Okay, all right. My cousin recently came into a bunch of money, right? Mm-hmm. So when I asked him about it, he said, yeah, it was a little strange because he usually does it in paper towels. Last episode of the year. Also, you got to remember, some people listen to this show, so you can't just not make noise. You got to make noise. You know it was funny. You got to make noise.
I'm going. So in solidarity with like alternate listening, I put my head down in disappointment, shock,
and dismay,
and laughter, because I was dismayed and appalled at myself.
Okay.
For finding that joke.
Let me pull it together. All right.
What's worse than an elf on a shelf?
Oh gosh, I've heard this joke, but I don't remember it. Oh my gosh.
This one is different because there's a version with the same question, but this answer is different.
Okay, so then what is it?
A hoe on her flow.
Whew. You came for it today, huh? Came for it. Mm-hmm.
I got two more.
What's the best thing about gardening?
The hose?
Getting down and dirty with your hose.
I don't know why y'all listen.
That's why. That's exactly why.
What do you call an old man who gets down with 3 ghosts on Christmas Eve?
3 ghosts on Christmas Eve. Oh, man. I don't know. What?
Ebenezer Screws.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I don't know where to go from there. Okay, so I hear it's easy to get ladies to stop eating Tide Pods, right?
Oh God.
It's more difficult to deter gents.
Ryan.
Okay.
I just...
All right, so Last time for the year. But the endings might be different next season. So for the last time, y'all can say it with me. VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. Send us emails saying anything. You can cuss me out, being like, when y'all coming back, even though she already told y'all the date. I don't know if she's going to tell you again, but we are coming back in January. You can find our merch on VirgoSeasonShow.com. You can find hats there, t-shirts, and hoodies. Yeah, thank you for your business and your support. That's the one.
Also, before we go, happy holidays, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, all of that. Hope you guys have a great holiday season with your friends, your family, your loved ones.
I don't know nobody that celebrates Kwanzaa. Not one person.
I know people that celebrate Kwanzaa. So
okay, very good.
Shout out to y'all.
Very good, very good.
We will be back on January 13th. Be ready for a new episode. Knowing me and Ryan and our Virgo tendencies, none of this may look the same because we get in our Virgo head. So be ready for whatever that is.
Yeah.
You can find us on social media at Virgo Season Show. That's on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on TikTok and Instagram. You can see his dope ass holiday pic, and you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok and Instagram as well. And I don't have a dope holiday pic, but you can go look at my son in his Balenciaga sweater.
She be showing you day in the lives and like cussing people out and giving y'all variety. I don't give y'all variety. I just give y'all a picture every 3 months or 4 months or whatever. But
literally every 4 months.
But we are who we are.
It is what it is. All right. Last joke of the season. Why did the Avon lady walk funny?
Oh gosh. Oh no. I already know. You hit yourself in the jugular cause what? Why did the Avon lady walk funny, you said?
Because her lips stick.
See, blame me because she was trash at this. Now, all right.
Thank you.
Virgo season.